In this video, I'm gonna build an AI agent analyzing invoices from either PDF or an image. This agent will take in an image or a PDF of an invoice and will extract the data from it and will populate Google Sheets into the corresponding columns so that I can use that in the database. If this sounds interesting, stick around for the video. Okay, we'll start from the invoice agent itself. And you can use a bunch of different models, a bunch of different ways of triggering this. But for now, I will use Telegram and on message, right? So we will receive a message. Now, the connection to Telegram, I have another video in this channel, how to do that. It's pretty easy to do. So, go there and just look it up. But I have this Telegram channel that have been testing before. And if I click test and I add a file, and I will use PDF for now, and I will write analyze this image. The message goes through and we have an output with a bunch of, file names, a bunch of outputs, a bunch of fields. Now, what I will add here is an AI agent. So advanced AI and AI agent. For a system message, I will add this expression, and it is, you are a helpful assistant and your task is to handle intelligent document processing. And it will have two tools, one of which will be process document tool to handle document processing, and another will be process image tool to handle any image processing. And also that, just an additional note that when the user will use image processing, the image will be passed through an ID and there's no need to verify. It just needs to work with it. And for the user prompt, we'll pass the caption, which will be the message of, analyze this image. And I will need to pass down the chat model. I will use OpenAI. Again, to add credentials to OpenAI, please check the channel. Pretty easy to do. You just add an API key, which you get from OpenAI, and that's it. For a model, I will choose for Mini. That's all right. And it's not necessary, but I will add simple memory. I will just pass down the chat ID. That way, the agent will get information not only from my last message, but from the previous messages, and it will have context. I will run this now. So test workflow. I will add a PDF and I will write analyze this PDF. It's running and the agent has a result, which is an output. And I will use this to send me back a message back to Telegram. Send a text message. And for chat ID, I will reference the Telegram trigger. I have this chat ID out here. And for the message ID, I will take the AI agent's output. I will add one more thing, append attribution. I will take it out so that the message goes back without any dense attribution. Test step. And we have a message back. Please upload the PDF document that you would like me to analyze. That's exactly what I needed. I can save this because now I will be able to add tools. Now to add those tools, I will add them in sub workflows and with sub agents so that I can add them out here and I could add more tools there. For now, I will add just PDFs. Just processing for PDFs and images. You can add more data types later. So I have this new workflow called invoice PDF processing, and I will add this from when executed by another workflow, which means that this will be a sub workflow of the parent workflow of invoice agent. And I will define the fields, and I will use two of them. One will be an ID of the file, and another will be a message that I am writing into Telegram. Or better yet, let's simplify this and let's take out the message, go back to invoice agent, and let's just hard code the prompt because we will always need, please analyze this file. Whether it's a PDF or image, it will always analyze this file. We don't need to constantly write this into Telegram. I'll save this. I will test the workflow. I will just add a PDF without any caption. It's running, it's getting me back my answer, and it seems that I don't have access to any files yet. Could you please upload the PDF document again? Okay, so we have an idea, and I would like to add it as a sample so that we don't, so while we are testing this PDF processing, we don't need to constantly add it to Telegram to test it. So I will take out this amount of code. I'll need one more curly bracket and take out this. Cool. And this will be ID. And for an ID, since I already ran this, I will take the Telegram triggers, document, thumbnail, document and file ID. I will pass this out here, and I will save this and pin this so that we constantly have this document out here. And we don't need to, while testing, we don't need to add this into the parent agent. Speaking of parent agent, we can add this sub workflow as a tool right now. So I will add this as a tool. And I will go to the AI agent to copy the exact name for the tool. So this will be process document. And this name needs to be directly the same. And for the description, it will be called this tool if the user is looking to process or extract data from files, including PDF. And I will take and link the workflow that is invoice PDF processing, which is exactly the one that I just created. The next step for us is to get a file. And for file ID, we will use whatever was in the previous node. And download is selected. We will use the same credentials as previously, test tab, and we have a binary data type, and we have the file itself. We can download it, and we can see that it is the same as I had previously, as I had for the test data. Now we will use extract data, extract from file, extract from PDF, and we will test this step, and we will see that we have a bunch of fields, and one that is the most important to us is text, but we see that it's pretty unstructured right now. So it's a huge mess, but we can work with that. And for that, we will need OpenAI's model to structure the data into JSON. So let's start this up. I will use OpenAI, message model. For a model, I will use 4.1 mini, and I will have 3 messages. The first one will be system, the second user, and the third one assistant. So for the system message, I will say what kind of processing I would like for the agent to do. For the user, what kind of inputs are we getting? And for the assistant, what kind of outputs I would like for this model to provide me, right? So for the system message, I will have this. You are an intelligent bot that is fantastic at pulling out JSON from invoices or receipts or documents. So it's taking data from input, and this is exactly what it's doing with it. Now for the user role, we need to provide it with the correct input. And it will be, here is the document you need to pull data from. And this will be JSON text from out here, right? All right, so we have successfully added the input, right? And we already added what it needs to do. So it's an intelligent bot that will need to take out the JSON. But now we need to specify what kind of how it should be done, right? What kind of JSON are we expecting to have, and what kind of JSON should we use? And for that, we will use ChatGPT. So I will ask ChatGPT, please generate a sample JSON for an invoice. It will start generating JSON, and we will have more data than we need. But just remember that your uh, your invoices can have also different structure, different formats. So we need a bit more than the example that I had. So I will copy this whole JSON and I will go to the assistant prompt and I will paste it out here. And right at the beginning, I will add, I want you to put this data as JSON data in the following format. So whatever it gets from the input, it will read it from, yeah. So whatever it gets from the inputs, right? So out here, it will be an intelligent bot and it will pull out JSON data and in this exact format. So we will have a bit more than we need, but that's exactly what we need because we might have an invoice with more data than the current one. Let's test the step. As you can see, I got unstructured data again. So the thing that I forgot is to output content as JSON. Let's test the step again. Okay, that's what I need. All of this data was structured right now, and we can use this moving forward. Now, this is the invoice example that I used, and I will need to um, gather all the information from all the invoice lines. So I need to use another function, which is called split out. And I will use the items because this is exactly what I'm splitting out. I'm splitting out the list of items, of which I have 4. I'm splitting them into 4 separate items that I can then feed into Google Sheet as their own rows. And speaking of Google Sheets, I will append row in the sheet. Again, check out the channel for how to connect Google credentials. But I will append row. I will select that it's all invoices from a list and it's the first sheet. I immediately get all of these columns presented to me, and now I can start mapping them to the inputs that I have. So the date will be the invoice date, the invoice total, I have it out here. The quantity I will take from split out, invoice number, I have out here. The price of each element, I have the unit price. Line item, it might be a description, and the name will be a seller, which is out here. All right, so as we can see in all invoice on Google Sheet, I have nothing right now in the database. But if I test this step and go out here, I have this one invoice with all of those invoice lines present. And if we can check this, 500, 1356, 987, and 1000. Yep, exactly what we had out here. The line item names, the name of the seller, invoice number is the same, quantity, invoice total of the same invoice is the same, and date is the same. Okay, I can save this. And the last thing that I need to do is unpin the message, because if I don't, we will always use the same file, right? I can go back to the invoice agent and add this as an ID. And the ID will be document file name, document file ID from the original Telegram trigger. I can save this and I can start testing this out with a sub workflow. So test workflow. Let's go to Telegram. Let's go to file, add this PDF without any caption. It runs through and it will add a message back to us. This is successful, and we have details of the invoice, which is exactly correct. The date, the seller, total invoice amount, all the line items. Yeah, all seems good. So we have the PDF working. Now we will do the same with image. I created this new workflow, and I will actually paste everything that I had in PDF processing for now. And I won't need this. And I can decouple and set it aside for now. So we will get the file, and the file ID will be the same as it was previously. But again, I need to redo the sample JSON. This is ID, and I will take that ID from an image that I will send right now. So test workflow, go to Telegram, send it as a file again, but send a JPEG. It will be the same, and the same invoice is just, it will just be a JPEG. And I can already take this. And as you can see, it was unsuccessful because it is an image, so it was not processing as a document. But we can go out here and we can go to the file ID, grab this, and add this as a sample ID for an image generator. And I will pin this for now. So when we go to Telegram, all seems good. The ID is out here, test the step. We get binary file. When we download it, we can open, and it's an image. And I will use OpenAI's analyze image. And for the model, I will use GPT-4o for now. For the prompt, I will use please pull out all the text from the image, because I will want to use this to pull out all the text from the invoice. And since we are passing not the image URL, but the binary file, I'll change this to binary file. Again, credentials don't change. Now, if I test this tab, I have this strange mistake that's saying that I use this MIME type. So it's MIME type, right? So it's sort of a weird thing that Telegram does, and it's dealing with this file type. And we need to do this crazy workaround in which we edit an image. It's a composite image, and just trust me on this, just write data out here. And what it does, it will layer another image on top of this, and it will be in the correct format. And if we test a step, we get data back, and this data we can actually use in OpenAI. And if I test the step right now, since it's using the edit images output, we will actually be successful, and OpenAI will get all of the text from the image, again in unstructured way with the content, but we already know what that means. We just link it to OpenAI's message model that we used previously, but we will need to change this prompt because we have another link. So we will drag this out here and test the step. Okay, we have our message. We have our output, and it's in the exact same format as previously, which is exactly what we need. And if I test this whole workflow right now, it's taking the text from the image, it's analyzing and changing it into JSON, splitting out the invoice lines, and appending the Google Sheets. I have 4 more rows out here, which is exactly what I need. So the last thing to be done is unpin this, save, go to invoice agent, and let's add this sub workflow. I will paste this, link it up, and this will be, if I go to our agent, I have the name of process image. I will copy this and I will rename this. I will rename the node itself. And on the description, it will be call this tool if the user is looking to process or extract data from images, sorry. And I will just change this into invoice image processing. And I need to add an ID, and the ID will be the file ID from the original Telegram trigger. All right, let's save this and test. And that's it. As we can see, all the rows are being filled up correctly, and we are processing data from either PDFs or images. Now, as you can see, you can use this agent as on its own. You could link it into another agent or another workflow. For example, I have this workflow that analyzes my inbox, and I could add this extension to the branch that has billing or finance data. If you found this useful, click a like and go to my channel to check out more videos on AI and no code.